¿Esto es Mamma Mía 2? Aquí estamos otra vez.
¡Dale!
Me encanta.
Hi, I'm Jesus from Cartelera Spain, and it's really nice to talk to you. I'm a huge fan of season 1, and I can't wait to see the other episodes. First of all, I'd like to ask you about you've been one of the first Disney Plus original shows, and it must have been really huge for you. I'd like to know how have your lives changed since the launching of season 1, and particularly living this like change during a huge change for all of us during the pandemic.
Yeah, I mean, it's been like the best experience ever getting to launch a network. Never as an actor did I think that that was going to be something that I was going to get the opportunity to do, and especially with something like Disney. So that's obviously so exciting. But it is kind of crazy to be going through this for, like the first time, my first series. And, the world is just forever changed. So for me, it's actually kind of like less pressure because we kind of all start at the same kind of, thing now. But yeah, I think it's still very exciting and just very grateful to have the opportunity.
Yeah, I agree with everything Frankie said. I think I'm just so grateful that we were able to, continue working on the show while the world was sort of feeling upside down for a minute there, and kind of still is. But yeah, I'm just so excited that we get to share it with everyone, and hopefully everyone's going to love it as much as we do.
So going into season 2, for what I've seen, it seems like Carlos and Seb relationship is going to be challenged by their different backgrounds and where their families. So what can you tell me about these challenges they're going to face in the next episodes of the series?
Yeah, I think in season 1 we got to see them sort of find each other through the drama club, and this season you definitely get to see them figuring out just how to be in a relationship in general. And part of that conflict comes from different backgrounds, but also just figuring out how to like navigate each other's feelings and how to properly be a good relationship partner. So yeah, it's really fun to see them figure that out.
Yeah, I think it's the same thing. I think last year was so much fun because we got to see the whole setup of the relationship. And so this year we get to actually see them interact as a couple and kind of see how they work. And, still, I don't know, it is fun to see what challenges they specifically go through, just still being in high school. But yeah, it's always fun to play.
So Carlos and Seb are a huge deal for Disney's history. As an LGBTQ person myself, I think it's really important for having characters like them in a platform that reaches a lot of people from different ages. So I'd like to know how has been for you the reaction from the audience, if you've had lots of love or if you've even had any bad moments. How has it been?
Everything directly towards us has been, from my end, has been nothing but like love and support. And that's just so exciting to see. And obviously to get to be a part of history really is just so exciting. But, those messages that are just like, if I had this as a kid, I feel like my life would have, I would have felt a little less alone. And so it's just those things that kind of put it into perspective, just how important this is, because of course we see it as like, it's like fun and, but if it's changing people's lives, that's like, oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Yeah, mm-hmm. I was actually thinking about this like last night, just about how, we sort of like live it in the moment as it comes to us. And then to actually like look back on it and see how it affects all of these audience members and how they are able to relate to it. It's really pretty like magical and sort of surreal. It's just, I can't believe that we get to be the ones to do it, right, at least right now, and then hopefully many more in the future.
Yeah, for sure.
One thing I like a lot about the show is like that even though it has its twists and turns and drama, it's also full of light and full of joy. I can see like a sense of family in the characters of the drama club. So do you think it's one of the strengths of the show that all these characters are there for the others, and even though they may seem like so different between them?
Yeah, 100%. I think, of course there's conflicts that arise, but I think, you really do get to see how everyone has each other's back at the end of the day, and they are all in this together. But yeah, also, there is just so much love also in real life, but also between all the characters. And, when I think as theater kids, there's such a huge bond that is formed whenever you're all working on something greater than just your individual selves, a product that's bigger than all of you. So yeah, I think the bond is just so strong.
And have you been able to translate that off camera besides the limits of the pandemic?
Yeah.
I mean, we definitely still, well, it was nice to know that, like, as much as the world had changed, just us as people and being social and just being happy to be around each other, nothing really did change. So, I mean, yeah, it's just every time the cameras go down, like someone's laughing, someone's playing the piano. I mean, it's like a real life musical.
That's really great. So speaking about musical, you're doing this season Beauty and the Beast, which, by the way, great choice to the one who made it. So I'd like to know how is going to translate the musical and the movie into the high school musical universe. And I'm curious, did you get to meet or talk or anything with Alan Menken, since you're going for the Alan Menken Award?
I had hoped that we would, but we didn't actually get to. But yes, it's been such a blast tackling Beauty and the Beast and bringing it sort of into our show. And I love the way actually that the writers are able to incorporate those songs not only into, rehearsal scenes of us rehearsing for the show, but also how it relates to the character who's singing it and their personal journey that they're going through. There's really a lot of like double meanings, I think, if you look deep enough into each moment. And I think it's really awesome the way that they're able to fuse it all together.
Mm-hmm. And if you're doing Beauty and the Beast in season 2, how can you top that for a potential season 3? I was talking before with your mates and they told me that you were like betting what was going to be the musical for season 2. So what are your bets for season 3? How can you top Beauty and the Beast?
Ooh, I don't know. It would have to be something just like also big and spectacular. But I think no matter what we do, the cast alone and their talent, I think could shift anything and make anything big and spectacular. So, I mean, it could literally be anything. And I think that's what's exciting about the show is that you think you know what's going to happen and then something will just come out of left field and you're like, oh wait, no, but that's better. So I don't know. We'll see.
Speaking of that, I think I have one question, time for one question. I think, without making any spoilers, I think that the casting of the musical has really, really great and bold choices. So I'd like to know your opinion. What do you think about these debates that sometimes are surrounding characters so beloved, like the ones in Beauty and the Beast, or for example, the new Ariel in the new Little Mermaid, that some fans struggle a lot to accept changes?
I think there is just room for everyone in the world, and I think for us to be exploring these new casting options, I think it's time, and it's so exciting to see, and I feel like it breathes a whole new life into these characters every single time. So I think there's nothing but good that can come from, non-traditional casting. I mean, look, I played Sharpay.
You played so well, so congratulations.
Thank you.
So thanks a lot, guys, for this wonderful talk, and good luck with season 2. I know it's going to be a blast.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's so nice to talk to you.
Saki Roy de North High.
¡Saki!
Voy a dirigir La Sirenita para North.
Es genial, Zack.
Ojalá los jueces de los Monkeys piensen igual.
Lo siento, no me entero.
Los premios Alan Menken a la excelencia en obras musicales de instituto.
Vamos a por el orden, suerte.